All right, and we are back. Now today is Sunday, October 17th, 8:23 p.m., and we're going to go over part 5, week 5 of the Master Key System. And we're excited for this week. We've been doing our practices the last week, which was relaxing and mentally letting go of everything and emotionally letting go of everything, so we could keep our mind clear and our body clear, any resentments, any negative energy, any whatever, so we could focus our mind specifically on the goals and on the tasks that we have at hand. Because what are we learning? It is our attitude of mind which determines our success, and where we place our consciousness, where we focus our thoughts and our emotions, is going to determine the actions we take, which is going to influence our environment, which ultimately will affect the outcomes which we experience in life. Now, last week, a quick recap. Last week we went over the eye of the body, our spirit, the identity of our spirit, right? Because we are not our mind, we have a mind, right? When we think of mind, we say my mind, my thoughts, my emotions, my body. Okay, who is this my? What is this my attached to? It's we are something beyond the mind, we are something beyond the body, and we're learning it as pure consciousness, pure spirit. And when we learn from the book of life that God, when he revealed himself to Moses in the burning bush and told Moses his name is I am that I am. It's a name that represents infinite power and infinite possibilities and the ability to manifest itself in an infinite variety of ways, right? Because it's not completely identified as anything specifically, but as something which just is, something that just exists. And we learned that the great I am, or Jehovah, which the name has been given to it, Jehovah is the self-existent one, the living God, the presence of God. In this book, the Master Key System is identifying the power of God as the universal mind, or the universal energy and spirit. And we are an embodiment of this energy. Again, the book of life tells us that we're created in the image and likeness of this mind, right? So our identity, our real identity as a spiritual being, is I am. We're just something that just is, pure awareness. Okay, and we have thoughts. Thoughts are something that we have. Some thoughts are something that belongs to us. We have a mind. The mind is something we have. It is something that belongs to us, and it is simply an instrument which the I uses to carry out whatever purpose it has within life, to fulfill any type of destiny of which it wants to fulfill, to play the part which it desires to be a part of. And that was the whole essential meat and bones of part 4. Now we're going to get started with part 5 the next week, which is, we're about to find out what it is. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Enclosed herewith, okay, let's start over. I was going to say I will hand you part 5. But anyway, I've been reading those last parts over and over again, that it was just a subconscious habit of me starting this part. But enclosed herewith, you will find part 5. After studying this part carefully, you will see that every conceivable force or object or fact is the result of mind in action. Mind in action is thought, and thought is creative. Men are thinking now as they never thought before. Therefore, this is a creative age, and the world is awarding its richest prizes to the thinkers. Matter is powerless, passive, inert. Mind is force, energy, power. Mind shapes and controls matter. Every form which matter takes is but the expression of some pre-existing thought. But thought works no magic transformations. It obeys natural laws. It sets in motion natural forces. It releases natural energies. It manifests in your conduct and actions. And these in turn react upon your friends and acquaintances, and eventually upon the whole of your environment. You can originate thought, and since thoughts are creative, you can create for yourself the things you desire. Like this laptop that I'm recording this off of. It's a Mac. The idea of Mac came out of the mind of Steve Jobs, which was known as the starter and founder of Apple. Steve Jobs had an idea, and he created that idea from his mind, a thought. And from acting on that thought, now you and I have the ability to use what he created to go out and create whatever you and I desire to create. Which shows too that what I do and what I bring to the world is going to help you in whatever you do and whatever you bring to the world. Because we are all here for each other. What we want for ourselves, we want for everybody else. Now that's the end of the introduction. Let's go ahead and start with part 5. Come on. Whatever, at the end of this, we did our